Woo! I am so excited to introduce you to my general conference notebook. This one is for spring specifically. It is great if you tried Journal That Gratitude or even the fall notebook. You are going to love the spring one, okay? And one of the cool features with the spring one is I included tabs for you to add on so that it's easy to reference and you can keep using it for the 6 months as you study the talks over and over again. So let me show you inside a few things. This is a digital download, so you print it at home as many times as you want for your entire family or your young women's class, whatever. And then I go over some binding options in the download, so don't worry. I did this at home. Now, I divide my notebook into 3 sections. The beginning is kind of the before general conference pages. So I have goal pages because I have personal goals for myself, like being patient with my kids if they're not listening. Right? That's one of my goals. And this is the notebook that I personally use. And I also encourage my teenage girls to use it as well. And some of my sons use some of the pages, not all of them. So just so you know what the ages. There's a question page. And this time, hold on, I gotta get to the right one. I included some fun fact pages. So like, did you know things? Plus, there's the picture of all the First Presidency and the Apostles, and these are in seniority order, so you kind of know the way it goes. And then this is the list of all the other general authorities and general officers. Well, not all of them, obviously, but the presidency of the 70, the presiding bishopric, and then, the Relief Society primary, etc. are on here. Because sometimes what I find is when I'm taking notes, and like I'll know the name, but I don't remember what organization they go with, or it's like I want the full name, and so this is a good reference page for that. And you'll see there's things to color throughout, and that was something that I personally wanted in a notebook. Was I wanted to help me pay attention. Coloring is a great thing for me to do. It's relaxing. It helps me unwind, but it also helps me listen. And so what I found though is if I was doing a separate coloring page, then when I wanted to write something down, like an impression or a great quote that I really liked, I'd have to quickly change. And in the process of switching pages, I would forget part of what I wanted to write down. And so I put it all together. And so every page has coloring as well as room to write for the note pages themselves. So there's 2 for President Nelson, President Oaks, and President Eyring because they give 2 talks. And then there's 1 for each of the apostles, right? And I made tabs for every person in the First Presidency and Quorum of the 12 Apostles, as well as a bunch of blank tabs. And you just glue these on. There's a tutorial in the download to help you a little bit more, but it makes it really easy to reference. So then I have those note pages, and after those specific people note pages, because we never know who else is going to be speaking, there's some more general note pages, and these are ones that are going to be more creative out of the box, as well as other plain ones. So like this is more specifically drawing your notes instead of writing your notes. This one was one of my favorites from last time, so I had to put it in this one as well, where you write your notes in white crayon, and then when you're ready to go back and review, you color over it with watercolors. I'll show you how it turned out in my other one. I love it. It's like one of my favorite pages. So super fun. So there's some unique note pages like that, but then there's also just the normal coloring and note pages. So there's 2 pages that have a woman speaker on them. I know some people want that, and the only reason that I don't normally put women pages is because we never know who's going to speak and which woman it's going to be. So I just never, and the callings don't last as long as the apostles, right? And so it's a constant change. And so I just kind of put 2 women that might resemble several of those in the presidencies and the general leadership. So those are the note pages there. And then there's an activity section that I created. You can put it in whatever order you want. But in the activity sections, there's more, well, activities, but also unique ways to share the message. So like this is an envelope that you write your thoughts from General Conference on, and you mail it to somebody. So a friend, a ministering sister, whatever you want. And then there's games, activities, different type of note things. Like there's this tower page where it's more of a list type of thing, just to kind of get you thinking in new ways about what you're learning, what you're hearing, what notes you took, what stood out to you, so you can kind of think of all together. There's like a word search, a category page, game, things like that. And then I also have a review section in my notebook, and this is things that you would do after General Conference, right? This is a bear your testimony page. So you're supposed to write how your testimony has grown because of General Conference after it's over. There's this theme page that after you go through your notes, you pick out some of the themes and you write them in these blocks here. And every time you see that theme, you fill in this grid here so you can see what theme stood out to you the most in General Conference. Okay, so there's lots of activities like that that you can do, but then there's also 2 pages like this where they have additional challenges to get you to have a little bit more fun while you're taking notes, or and help you review your notes and keep using your notebook beyond the weekend. So this page specifically has challenges for how you take your notes. Another page has challenges for how to go back and use your notes. So lots of fun stuff, and I'm so excited for you to use it. It is going to be fun. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Like I said, this is the spring one. There is a fall one. If you accidentally already bought the fall one instead of the spring one, email me and we can work something out. But yeah, have fun with it. There is a half page size. I forgot to mention that. So you can print it in half pages instead if you want to save paper that way, but I take lots of notes, so I print them out full. All right, bye guys.